Hello, this is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Today I want to show you something a little bit different in a unique telephone, and this is Lee's telephone from Missouri. And this telephone is from India. And it's a lot different than, an American-made telephone, and we're going to go ahead and do some initial check of this telephone. Now, the way this telephone came in was the modular adapter had already been taken off of this telephone, and this is somewhat of the way it probably looked. These spade connectors here, or fin connectors, were sitting in this adapter probably originally, and it had already been taken off. But it's pretty unique just to see a telephone from a different country and the way they did things. Now, there's a rectifier here that they have across a couple of the fins, and I thought that was kind of different. Why they would put that on the line cord when they simply could have put that part on the inside of the telephone. But it's there nevertheless, and it's kind of unique to see that. And there's a lot of differences on this telephone than you would see on an American telephone, and it's just really kind of a cool situation to be able to check this out. Now, there's like a bird that's a sticker that's on the front of this telephone. Now, you'll notice there's a crank on the side, but that crank doesn't do anything. It will turn, but it's actually just a cosmetic situation. And then over on the side, which I thought was kind of unique, is they have a really thick piece of metal for their hook switch. And the hook switch doesn't work that great in this telephone, and that's something that we want to go through. That was pretty neat. Another thing I want to show you is the handset. The handset is kind of like overly sized, basically, but kind of heavy duty feeling. It's got a lot of weight to it, and it's just like a handset on steroids, basically. But anyway, we're going to give you a look at the inside of this telephone. The bells on the outside, I don't believe that they're real, but let's open it up and take a look. They are real. This is the initial checkout, and it does look like they are definitely real. Here's your coils, and so that bell is real. Another unique thing I want to show you is the hook switch. It works totally different from anything that we would be used to, and it needs some going through. We're going to have to fix that up, and we'll do some more videos of this as we get into the repair of this telephone and conversion. Now, a couple of other things I noticed about this telephone is we have a battery here, and then we have some plugs here that have nothing plugged into them, and it kind of there's a switch here. Now we're going to have to figure out what this switch is. It may be for the bell, it may be for some other type of reason, and like I said, this is just the initial checkout, and so we're still kind of studying it. I thought another thing that was kind of unique is these plugs aren't really plugs here. They're just spacers that go through the wood of the telephone, and then their line cords are tied in a knot. The handset cord and the line cord are basically just tied in a knot, and then they go through these spacers to protect the cord on its way out. There is a variable resistor here, and I'm still not sure what that's for. Could be a volume control adjustment, but it's just kind of cool to see their design of their electronics and the way they did things in that country and in that part of the world. And so, as you can see on the back side here, there's a keypad. There's some wiring that goes to a keypad, and I'm going to show you that, which is kind of unique because most of the time in America what would happen is if you had a shelf and that shelf opened up and had a little tray inside of it, it would be for like paperwork or something, you know, or notes or a phone book. But it's just a really cool telephone. And we're going to get this straightened out for Lee and get it to work on our system over here. And that's just a really totally different kind of a design. The design is basically the same, but the coils are so small. I'm just not used to that when it comes to but it is a foreign phone. And I'll give you one last look at the situation on the inside here. It's just really cool to see that, the way they design their boards. And I would assume that in this area we would have our tone generator, because it looks like in the wiring coming down and going to the keypad, this is probably their tone generator. This chip over here might have something to do with amplification, but it's just hard to tell at this point without getting further into the board and what everything does. And I'm kind of curious to find out what this switch is. So we will be troubleshooting this telephone and going through it. Now I'm going to go ahead and close it up, and I want to give you a look at the keypad. Now that's a lot different than what we're used to here. And it's just cool to see that. Give you a little look at the keypad. That's quite unique. It's just totally different. And that's what's very cool about repairing telephones every day. You get to see so many different variations from around the world of what these telephones look like and how they designed them, and the uniqueness of them. And so it's just really neat to see this. Now, I don't have a story behind this telephone. I talked to Lee a little bit, but I didn't really ask him where he had, how he got this or acquired this telephone. And I want to go ahead and hang it up now. But I'm not sure how he acquired this telephone or where it came from, other than it's from India. I'll give you a little more of a look at it. We're going to do some more videos of this telephone, though, but I thought I would get this up in a video because it's just a very cool telephone. The sticker, I have noticed, is starting to lose a little bit of its capableness of staying on the phone, and we're going to fix that for Lee. We're going to make sure, because that's probably been there from the factory. It looks like it's in the varnish and in the clear coat. So basically what we're going to do is get that repaired too, so that it stays with the telephone. But you wouldn't think that they would need such large connections, but they do a lot of things differently than we do around the world. And we have these little tiny modular ports, and they have these big, huge, go ahead and set the video down here real quick. They have these huge connection points that they use with their telephone. I'm going to show you another European connection point. I want to get the video straightened out there a little bit. I'm going to show you one. This is a different style of a European type modular plug or adapter, and we have that same similar kind of like a lock where it locks into place, but then yet we have our fin connectors. And so, this is kind of a European type situation here. And then I'll take that out of the way, and then we see the same thing with this adapter that came with this phone from India. It has its big large lock where it locks it into place, and they're still, I guess, in the mode around the country of where they need these big huge adapters to plug in something, and almost like Frankenstein movie, They don't really need this stuff so big and large, but that's the way they do it, and it's just really different to see how their equipment looks compared to ours, and how much larger it can actually be. So it's really neat to see that, and it's a lot of fun to be able to work on this equipment and check it out and get it in working condition for our customers. So it's just a really cool piece of history, really, from around the world, and it's just a part of another culture. We will do some more videos of this telephone as we move along with the repair of it and whatever conversion. We have to make sure that board even works. At this point, I'm going to have to troubleshoot it out. I don't even know if that board is any good. So we're just going to have to make some decisions as I troubleshoot it, and we'll try to do some videos of it as we move along in the repair or the repair conversion. This is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. This is Lee's telephone from Missouri, but the telephone's actually from India. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.